I'm Louise Neri, Anatsui's Liaison, and we're here at White Cube at the artist's first solo exhibition across the Hong Kong and Seoul galleries. The artist has given titles to the two exhibitions as word plays in his native Iwi language. Seoul is Luvo, which loosely translates as Seoul City. Mivevi for Hong Kong as fragrant harbour, alluding to the city's origin as a port for trade in spices and aromatics. Anatsui is one of the most renowned artists working today, with a career spanning more than 50 years. Born in Ghana, he moved to Nigeria in his early working life to work and teach at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. Trained as a sculptor, El began working in wood and moved through ceramics, printmaking and metal, gradually evolving his unique concept of the non-fixed form, where a work of art remains forever open to change. The origin story of the bottlecap works is that in the late 90s in Nsukka, while out for a neighbourhood walk, El spied a plastic bag discarded by the side of the road. As a sculptor, he believes that he should work with whatever the world throws out to him. So he picked up the bag and opened it and saw that it was filled with bottle caps. He took the bag back to his studio and there it remained until sometime later he opened the bag, took a bottle cap out and began examining it to see what he could do with it. He cut the first one and then a second and a third, realizing that the metal was very, very soft. From there, he started to experiment with everything that he could do with these caps, folding, cutting, crushing, and so on. 3 years later, the first works were made, entitled Man's Cloth and Woman's Cloth, which are now in the collection of the British Museum. In the White Cube exhibitions, El presents a retrospective of sorts of all of his approaches to the bottle cap works. In this first work, he looks back at those first two works. Although inspired by cloth or textile, it's important to remember that El is a sculptor and these works are actually tectonically constructed and metal plates linked together. Where the first work relates to textile and the second work, he uses the inside of the bottle caps to create this pearlescent mosaic field against which clouds appear in the top left-hand corner. So we have almost a rainy landscape. A key feature and innovation in this body of work for these two exhibitions is that the works are double-sided, meaning that they can be installed on the wall or they can hang free in space. In general, one side of the work emphasizes the top side of the bottle cap with its often vivid color and distinguishing logos. The other side tends to be more neutral, abstract, and monochromatically metallic. Throughout the exhibition, we've seen El's various approaches to treating the bottle caps, from cutting, slicing, folding, crushing. But here, in addition to the bottle caps, we see segments of aluminium printing plates from local newspaper presses, plates that have been used and then discarded. He takes the plates, cuts them into tiles, then folds them in different ways. It's easy to forget, looking at the nuances in colour of this piece, that every element is found. There is no added colour. Another distinctive element in this particular work is the prominence of the brand names. And as we know from the way that El has titled the two exhibitions, he enjoys wordplay. And so one can only speculate about the play between Mandingo, Ghanaian liquor, and origin bitters. In a world dominated by warp speed, I find it really heartening to see an artist making wonder out of the things that others trade, consume, and discard.